And why aren't you in uniform?
No sleep gang only. If you still have a regular sleeping schedule right now, you are not legally allowed to watch this video. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I once again did not go to sleep until... Wait, I didn't even sleep last night. I was trying to say I didn't go to sleep until 6, but no. That's just when I decided to leave my bed because I heard my mother downstairs just chilling before work, and I was lonely and frustrated and sad that I couldn't sleep, so I crashed her party and been awake for a while. I've been awake since 4 p.m. yesterday. Oh my god. Ooh, I don't feel bad, but I feel like I'm acting really not great. I've noticed that I'm just staring off into the distance for long periods of time and not realizing it and just disassociating, I believe. And that kind of scares me. But I feel good, I feel pumped. I got a lot of work done already and through the night. I just haven't slept. My solution to this whole sleep predicament is to just not sleep until I crash. Hopefully tonight at like 9 or 10 p.m. I want to feel productive and wake up early in the morning, feel good, and not mentally unstable and emotionally vulnerable. Just bad. So yeah, I'm just trying to fix my sleep schedule by staying awake for like 24 hours, maybe it's over 24 hours. I'm honestly not gonna even think about the very easy math that is because my brain can't handle it right now and I'm sorry. I also had a crazy breakdown this morning over my choir class because I've realized I can no longer hear pitches. I don't believe it either, but I swear I cannot hear the pitches on the practice tracks or if I play it on a piano. My ear is gone, like my musical ear is gone. I didn't have perfect pitch before. I'm not saying that. What I am saying is, if you played a note, I could sing it. Today? Since we've been on quarantine? I cannot match pitch. I was like just crying because I had to submit an audio recording assignment and it was so bad. I literally had to send my teacher a private comment saying, I am so sorry you have to listen to this. I wish it weren't this case. I wish this weren't the case. That's what that is. Do you see what's happening? This is your brain on drugs. This is your brain on no sleep. Moving past that, today's video does have a purpose. Today I am going to be making my own graduation cap. Plural, you know what I'm saying. I'm making multiple because I'm indecisive and can't choose one theme or idea to work with. I have to instead do multiple and waste more money and more time, but it's also not like I don't have time to spare. Yeah, that's my little grad cap. It's not like I'm gonna graduate or anything, but one could dream. So I'm gonna make a few designs and we're gonna see how that all turns out. That's the hope. We'll see how it turns out. We're gonna see how all this turns out. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited to do some art today. Let's do it. So I made it to Michael's, my favorite place. I miss just roaming around here for hours because that's all you have to do in a town like this. What can I say? We got our safety precautions, so we're gonna put that on now. I actually haven't had to wear this yet, so. Oh god. Oh, I don't know what to do. This is big dumb. I'm big dumb. I don't know why I'm saying this. It's me. It's just me. Safety is more important than looking dumb, my friends. But let me say, I look pretty f***ing dumb. Lift your head up, queen. Your tiara is falling. My ear is literally falling apart. Salmon. Come on, my salmon. I've never been more embarrassed in my entire life. I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up. Oh god. Look who I ran into. Morgan and Aubrey. Ooh. Wait, so what are you guys making?
A lot of things. We're doing our apartment decor. We're like DIYing everything.
Oh.
Oh gosh. Oh gosh.
Man, can you see that? That's bad. I only wore this for maybe like 20 minutes tops, and there are healthcare workers that wear these for hours on hours every day. I can't imagine that. It's starting to rain. I want to go home. Alright, I've actually been home for a few hours. I've just been procrastinating doing this. But now I'm going to do a Michael's haul, because I know that's what you've all been waiting to see. First up, we have this beautiful light blue square. Next, we have this gorgeous constellation starry night sky. Then we have this fabulous red. Next, a funky pink. Love that. Next is this beautiful like gold leaf flower pattern. And finally, my personal favorite, this crazy holographic one. I also picked up these white flowers to put on the gold square. You'll see what I'm doing. You'll see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to go to the planning process where I actually sketch out the ideas for each grad cap. So let's do that. So in these clips, I'm just writing down ideas I have for the caps, and I'm also starting to rough sketch each design. I had to use some materials that I had laying around my room, like this weird plant thing I've just kept around for months. I started to cut off each of the little twigs off so I could use the smaller pieces for one cap. And then I started arranging the white flowers to my liking, and I also began cutting the little plastic stems off with a wire cutter. Next, I placed my grad cap down onto the paper to outline the edge in pencil. I tried to cut with an X-Acto knife thing, but I soon realized I had never actually used one before, and that really scared me, so I instead used this paper cutting device, and that ended up working out really well. Then I started placing and hot gluing all of my materials onto the paper. Next, I began writing the quote I wanted on the paper and writing over it with darker markers. Moving on to the next cap, I just used the rest of the white flowers I had and started gluing them down around the edge of the paper. I also added green leaves to some areas to add a pop of color, and then I decided to cut the rest of the paper to the size of my actual grad cap so I could get started onto the next one. For this one, I chose to cut some Mardi Gras beads I had from this year and hot glue them around the edge of the paper. Now, I didn't even know what I wanted to put on the cap at this point, but I just knew I wanted to have the beaded detail on the side. So, a little update. It's the next day, and it's also 8:25 at night. I've been lazy. Today's been a lazy day. I've watched 2 movies. I rewatched Inception and The Hunger Games Catching Fire. Both so good. I also took my public speaking final and got a 98 on that, so I also took melatonin and sleepy time tea last night, so I would fall asleep. Oh boy! I fell asleep alright. I fell asleep. I am 100% convinced that melatonin has either literal tranquilizers in it or it is involved with witchcraft. So I'm excited to see which one it actually is, and I'll get back to you with that information. But I'm just gonna like review what I did yesterday and go from there. So I completed this one pretty much, besides cutting out the little hole for the button on the cap. But this is for my friend Sophia. She might be making her own, but I just wanted to like take a stab at it anyway. The quote is from Looking for Alaska by John Green. She really likes that book, so. And when I looked up Looking for Alaska for inspiration, I remember reading the book, but I don't remember that one a lot actually. But when I looked it up, there was a lot of fan art with like these little white flowers on it, and I was like, that's kind of crazy, because I just went to Michael's and bought the white flowers because I thought they were cute. So I'm kind of psychic, in case you're wondering. Then I also went ahead and glued the white flowers and the green leaves to this gold one. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this. I really want to have a quote from Pippin, which was my senior spring musical, and that show meant a lot to me. But also, like, the background's so pretty, I don't want to like put words on it, so we're gonna figure out something with that one. And this one's gonna be for my friend Savannah. Got the pearl details on it. I'm gonna put lyrics to Ribs by Lord on it, so you can definitely tell what kind of person she is by that. Then I have the cutouts for the other 3. We're just gonna do it. We're gonna sit down and do it at 8:30 at night. So let's get started. For the next cap, I just typed a quote I wanted into a Word document and used a 60-point font. I then proceeded to take approximately 13 years to cut out every single word by hand and then glue them onto paper. I did basically the exact same thing for this design. The only difference was that I also printed out the best picture ever to put on this cap. And you guessed it, this one is Baby Yoda themed. I dare you to think of a better design. I know you can't. We know you can't. Alright, this is pretty sad, but I actually decided to not do anything to this paper because it is just so freaking pretty, so I'm just gonna leave it like this. And then for my final design, I printed out the words to Ribs by Lord and glued them down, but then there was just so much empty space on the sides, so I decided to get creative and cut out and glue pictures of ribs and butterflies. So it is 1:21 a.m. right now, and I have officially completed all of my grad caps. Let's give it up. Let's give it up for me. Let's go, let's go. You already know. But yes, I am very happy that they are all finished, so now I can go to bed. There's only one big main problem or regret I had in this process, and that was with cutting the holes in the grad papers. I messed every single one of them up. All of them are just beyond repair, but it's fine. It's a happy little accident, it's fine. I tried to fix it with some extra paper, but I kind of think that makes it look almost worse in a way, so we'll see about that. I also ended up scratching the hell out of the graduation cap button, so it looks pretty bad. I wanted to take a second and review all the grad caps and give my opinions on them, so let's do that. So the first one I made was this one for my friend Sophia. I've talked about this one before. I think it's a really cute quote. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. The next one I did was this one. It's so pretty, I don't really want to do anything to it. Also, to be completely transparent, I didn't realize I didn't put anything on this until just now, after I said I was done and decided I was done because it's 1:21 a.m. And now I'm like, huh. I didn't do anything to that. I'm really done with this project, so I'm just gonna say, oh cute. Even though I literally did nothing to it really, I love it so much, I would give this one like an 8 out of 10. The next one I did was one of the first ideas I had for a grad cap for myself, and it is a quote from my favorite Shakespeare play, Much Ado About Nothing. I performed this show this year, and it was the first time our school had done Shakespeare, and oh boy! When we were rehearsing, you could definitely tell no one knew what was going on. But I love it so much, and it has my favorite character out of any literature I've ever read. Beatrice could not possibly love another woman more than I love her. She's just everything I want to be and more. And I had the absolute honor of playing Beatrice in our production. Yeah, I just cut out the words and glued them to it. I would give this maybe like a 6 out of 10? A 6 or 7 out of 10? I don't know. Then we got this bad boy. I honestly love this one so much. I also did not do anything else to it besides cut it, but I could just look at this all day. I'm just absolutely mesmerized. Okay, I totally forgot to give this one a score, but I would give it an 8 out of 10. It's just so pretty. And then I made this one for my best friend Savannah. She is the biggest Ribs by Lord I know. This song is like the one that makes me miss high school the most, and that sucks having to say that because I'm literally not out of high school yet. Usually you hear college freshmen or sophomores saying that. Like, no, I'm a senior in high school, and I'm saying I miss high school because I'm not in high school right now. But I just remember after our Pippin rehearsals or shows, everyone would just corral into the girls' dressing room, turn off all the lights, all lay down, and just close our eyes and listen on my speaker, Ribs by Lord. But yeah, this quote means so much to all of us theater kids, but it also really means a lot to Savannah, so I love it so much. I'm probably gonna give this a 9 out of 10. And then finally we have, of course, the Baby Yoda. I made up the words, but I'm sure they're 100% inspired by all the sad but joking senior lines you'll find anywhere on social media right now. I don't even know if that really makes sense or if it's funny, but I don't care. I just wanted to put Baby Yoda on something and also make fun of how my high school experience ended. So this one is a straight 10 out of 10 for me. There's nothing bad that Baby Yoda can be a part of, so it's a 10 out of 10 by default. But now I'm gonna record clips of me wearing all the grad caps and you'll be watching that next. And that is it for this video. I had a lot of fun and just wearing them made me really happy. The serotonin has returned home to my brain. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and subscribing to see some more of my content in the future. Leave a comment, tell me which one you like the best. I want to hear feedback. I want to know what people like the best. So thank you so much for watching and I will see you next week, hopefully. Yeah.